And we are live with the Smoke Break. We're here every Sunday from 9 to 10 a.m. on Shady Pines Radio, as well as Pretty Dope Xperience Radio. I'm your host, your old pal, Zane, here with King Solomon.
What it do, what it do?
Yo. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate you. You've been a long-time listener.
Yeah, man. I've been trying to listen since the beginning, man. Just a lot of inspiration, a lot of knowledge on there. I appreciate the content you guys put out.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you, and I'm glad that it's something you resonate with. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You're a rapper. You're an artist in many different fashions. Let me know a little bit about that.
Yes, sir. My whole life, my parents growing up, my mom being an artist. I've been one myself as well. I grew up in Vancouver, Washington, right across the bridge from Portland, and I've just been making art my whole life just to really express myself.
For sure. You said your mom was an artist?
Yeah, she is.
Okay, cool. So did you kind of see her expressing herself through art? And I
resonate a lot with what she does and the style she does because, art can be something that's very therapeutic to a lot of people. So
yeah,
it's helped
for sure.
me and a lot of others.
No, that's super dope. No, I'm really excited to talk to you just about being an artist. But so you have a new song that you just dropped on YouTube.
Yes,
guys, go
sir.
check it out. Where do we find that real quick?
Going Ghost just dropped about a week ago. Yeah, man, it's something that's been in the making for a few years. Actually, at first I just wrote it, and then I actually was able to put the visual together. Shout out to Bosick Films, helped me.
Yeah. I've seen that cat make some pretty dope stuff. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to check that out. So what I was going to say is, as far as like content, you were telling me a little bit about that. What was kind of your inspiration for that? 'Cause it's going to bring us to our first topic.
Yeah. So really, Going Ghost is something that I put together, and when I wrote it, it's really something about overcoming tribulations in life and demons that you face personally and mentally, because it's something very serious and something very real, and it's something that I wanted to put a little bit of a twist on, because through the song I'm talking about overcoming and also the growth that's behind that and becoming my higher self.
Yeah, no, that's super dope. So as far as like growth and stuff like that, in what ways do you think you've really seen yourself grow in like the last year?
Just certain traumas and stuff, I think, and just what I've gone through. I feel like the growth is within. What I've seen is just like maybe things that were toxic or things that are holding me back or things that I'm having trouble with dealing with. I'm actually able to, in a healthier way, and be more productive in society, man.
Yeah. No, that's super dope. So as far as like as seeing like the ways that you've grown, like what do you think is like the thing that you're the most proud of?
I'm proud of just, the consistency in my day-to-day, getting more sleep, being more consistent with my work.
Dude, sleep is super important. That's like something that like I always like, it always gets put on the back burner for me, because I'm just I can just sleep later. And it's like, well, yeah, you could, but you could sleep now and be more productive now as well.
Someone told me once that you can always, get more sleep, but once you stay up, you don't really get that same sleep back. It's not the same.
Yeah. It's like a sleep debt. You're like trying to make up for like all the sleep you didn't get. So you're not even really getting. Yeah, no, that's very true. And yeah, that's such a good point. What time do you usually go to bed?
Sheesh.
Yeah,
I've been trying.
Like 3 a.m.
Yeah,
I get 4 hours of sleep and then I start again.
I start work at around 6 a.m., but I usually go to bed around midnight usually.
Man, that's well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely have gone to bed later and needed to work earlier. So that's you're getting it. So you were talking about like some of your toxic habits that like you're kind of leaving behind. Like what were some of those, and like what do you see yourself doing now?
Yeah, some of the things I'm leaving behind is just it can be a variety of stuff. Alcohol, too much alcohol, and
Yeah.
just like obviously the sleep thing, and just the way I think and the way I perceive the world in certain situations, especially just try not to be so impulsive and stuff.
For sure, for sure. Well, I'm kind of curious. You were saying that you were like figuring out alcohol's place in your life. I just celebrated 2 years sobriety. Like, are you? Thank you. I appreciate that. Are you trying to do it less? Do it not at all? What are you trying to?
I've gone times where I haven't smoked, and I've gone times where I haven't drank for a whole year or 2 years, but
it's so boring.
Right. But you feel me? I try to make it a balance. So every now and then, special occasions now.
Yeah.
That's when I might partake.
I think that's dope. Honestly, like if I could have it in my life and have it just be like a celebration, then like that's really the place that I would want it to hold. It's the parts where you're just like, what am I celebrating? Like, am I just bored? Am I like
you got to earn that.
Exactly. No, for sure. So as far as like, I guess like for me, like I'm trying to think like, a lot of stuff that like I'm trying to leave behind. I would say it's just like self-doubt. That's one of those demons that like I've really had for like a really long time, where I just feel like I'm not good enough, or the things that I'm creating, like I'm doing so many things that some of them aren't that good.
Right.
But I feel like really just believing in yourself, it gives you that momentum, because you create something, then you're like, oh, I am good at this. And then it kind of pushes you forward.
Right. And I could talk to a lot of people about, or I could say a lot about, how the people around me affects what I do. But honestly, it comes down to the worst, the hardest person to, overcome is myself. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's something I've been working on as well, man. And I've found very real too.
Yeah, no, and I think that's a really good perspective is, just like kind of that you do have to overcome yourself. Because I've had people, I've thought I needed the approval of other people. I've gotten that approval and I still didn't like myself. And
it starts within, man, from within.
Yeah, it really does. How do you like focus like, more within?
Well, like I said before, just trying to stay more consistent in your day-to-day, even the small things, they add up. But I don't know. I just try to really now think about that. What I'm doing is what matters. And if I'm not being the best version of myself, I can't be the best version for other people as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I had a homie who back probably when you were listening, Taylor, he had made the comment. He's just like, yo, like, you play any video games?
Hardly, man.
Hardly. Well, basically just the idea was just like, you can't, if you're the healer, you can't heal other people if you don't have your own health points.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Bleed out.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be effective for other people if you haven't taken care of yourself first,
Real, man.
It goes right back to, like putting the mask on yourself first, so that way you can assist other people. So, but we have that, I guess, that thing where we're already caring about other people. Do you find yourself focusing more outwards on other people, or do you find yourself focusing more inwards?
I care a lot about other people, sometimes more than I care about myself.
Sure.
And that can be dangerous. So
absolutely.
I try to help people as much as I can, even if they're, homeless, or even if I don't know them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think it's important too to just kind of understand that like everybody has a story, and that's really like where the idea of the smoke break came from. Is just like, like we have not hung out before this, but it's like, this is my opportunity to get to know you and really get to know your story.
Brings people together for real.
Absolutely. So have you seen, I guess, anybody in your life recently like kind of overcome some demons and been proud of them?
Have I seen some people overcome some demons? I think so. I've seen a lot of people overcome, alcohol as well, similar situations, and just like, I don't know. I see a lot of people actually struggling as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the process of overcoming. So
yeah. Well, and that's really important to bring up too, is that like there is a struggle in the process of overcoming.
Right.
Something I always like to say is like when people are like, oh, like, oh, I'm struggling with this. It's like, I'm struggling with this. It's like, yeah, struggling just means that you're still fighting.
Right.
Like that means that you haven't given up.
But I think everyone's in a different point in their life where either what they're doing is right, or it's working for them, or it's not, but everyone's figuring it out.
Yeah. What do you think is like the thing that kind of makes it connect for you and be like, this isn't working? Like, is it like a hard lesson? Is it like repeated, smaller lessons?
That's what I was just thinking. Repeating patterns.
Yeah.
Hard lessons for real.
Yeah.
But it's if you decide to learn from those lessons, that makes a difference.
Oh, absolutely.
It makes happen again.
Makes all the difference. It makes all the difference. I think that most people have patience for mistakes if you can walk away telling them what you learned from that mistake. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if I were to have somebody at a job and they were to mess something up, I would be annoyed. But if they could tell me what they're going to do next time, like that's makes way more difference to me.
And I'm sure you can relate to that. And that's what I talk a lot about in my video, just overcoming how you overcome that. What you do to make a change in that difference. Yeah,
yeah. What helped you overcome some of your toxicity and some of your struggles and demons?
It's true, the repeating patterns, because my homeboy told me if you don't learn from the mistake, it's going to happen again, probably in a different scenario.
Yeah, absolutely.
So just stuff like that, and just, I want to live, bro. I want to keep going. So
I something that somebody told me is that like you will keep being taught the lesson until you learn it.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. No, I totally. Exactly, I feel you. It's very much like that problem is going to reoccur in your life. The amount of times that it takes for you to be like, I'm not going to let this continue to be a problem.
You got to learn from it, man.
Yeah,
and you help the people around you once you're able to.
For sure. What do you think is the cost of not kind of like shedding that old skin and outgrowing your demons?
Well, you're gonna see the repeating patterns, and hopefully they don't get worse.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely think that. Yeah, once you watch yourself doing the same thing over and over again and continually telling yourself that this isn't working, but I'm still doing it, like you have to. It eventually needs to click and be like,
lying to yourself then.
Yeah, for real though, for real. So like as far as like, outgrowing patterns, is there like patterns that you see in other people that like make you want to change, or is it just the patterns you see within yourself?
Yeah, I see both. I try not to focus too much on other people, but I definitely see patterns that I want to be different then, and then I also see things that I want to work toward and strive toward, and I try to keep those people closer to me, people that really have that ambition that I can resonate with.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's I think that the people that you surround yourself really do make like such a huge difference, because like you're an echo chamber. Like if you're saying life sucks and they're saying life sucks, well then you guys are gonna walk away thinking that life sucks. So yeah, it's super important to be able to get the right people in your corner. And we're actually going to talk about that in the next segment.
Okay.
But before we wrap this up, is as far as everything that you've gone through, all the growth that you've shown, what would be your recommendation to anybody who is trying to grow past their past self?
My recommendation is don't focus on the people talking, focus on self-reflection and really evaluate where you're at, because could be the next person to make a big change in this world and what we're doing.
Absolutely.
I believe that, and I just want to inspire the next person to get it and to grow and help the people around them too.
Yeah, I like that. Like don't worry about the people who are talking, and worry about the people who are listening.
Feel me?
You know what I'm saying? That's perfect, player. Awesome. Well, cool. We're going to take a real quick commercial break. We'll be right back with the smoke break. We are here every Sunday from 9 to 10 a.m. on Shady Pines Radio, as well as Pretty Dope Xperience Radio.
Wednesday evenings at 9 p.m. Come explore the spaces between friends. DJ 1017 takes you into a universe unlike any other. From Pink Floyd to the Flaming Lips and anything else interstellar. The spaces between friends with DJ 1017. Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Come explore with us here on Shady Pines Radio.
And we are back with the Smoke Break. We are here every Sunday from 9 to 10 a.m. on Shady Pines Radio, as well as Pretty Dope Xperience Radio. I'm your host, your old pal Zane, here with King Solomon.
What it do?
Oh, thank you so much for coming through. So we were talking a little bit earlier about outgrowing, negative patterns, and you had kind of mentioned having the support of your people. I feel like that's a really big thing. Like, support is something that you can almost say like, oh man, I don't need it, but it's like when you have it, it's like you feel it.
Right. Take it for granted sometimes.
For sure. So when you were younger, maybe as opposed to now, do you feel like you weren't as supported before and you're more supported now? Do you feel like you were more supported before, less supported now?
Yeah, that's a good question, Zane. I feel like I've had a lot of support growing up and a lot of good influences and whatnot. But I also feel like at some point in age, I did have to, learn things for myself and do it on my own. Get it from the mud, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think like support is an important thing for things when they're initially starting off, because it's like that's when you get the most discouraged. Right. But there does definitely come a point where it's like, all right, I have to start doing this for me. Otherwise, it's, I'm constantly looking for that validation. And if you're not getting it, which most of the time you're not, like you're going to give up.
And a lot of people around you, we might not see it, but they actually got to work and do things for their own self. So
yeah. Some people are out here working twice as hard.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. So you feel like you've had support kind of consistently. So you had it when you were younger, and you kind of had it like when you were older.
Yeah, and then at some point I just had to do it myself because, like I said, growing up I had good support and good intention, but a lot of people they had to figure things out for themselves and work on themselves, and I'm not mad at that.
For sure.
I admire that.
Well, what does support look like for you?
I think support is just being there, just even someone that can listen, bro.
Yeah,
because that can go a long way.
Honestly, yeah, listening is the I guess that's my way of connecting, because it's like anybody can talk, but not everybody can listen. So it's that's like true. when you're really struggling, and somebody's like, hey, like even if it's just you telling me what it is and me not saying anything, which often most times is the best thing.
And people can listen, Zane, but are they really hearing what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that most people, most people can nod along and just wait for their turn to talk, but not a lot of people are there to really absorb the information, just understand how you're feeling.
I feel that, man.
So you're saying that for you, support kind of looks like people listening. Is there any other ways that you kind of feel like, is it like people showing up to shows? Is it, words of affirmation, people just sending you messages and be like, yo, bro, I really appreciate what you're doing. Like, what does support really look like?
That too. There's a lot of different forms of it. I think, definitely showing up to shows is a big
Please form. Show up to our shows.
Every time someone shows up, it's a better energy in the room.
Oh, absolutely. There's been times where I thought I wasn't going to see any of my friends, and then I just see one, and it just energizes you.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to the homies. Thank you. So I guess getting support as an artist and getting support as as a person are kind of two different things.
You feel me?
Mm-hmm. Who do you think has been really supportive of you maybe in the last year, and who do you think's been really supportive maybe over a longer period? And maybe they're the same person.
I think in the last year, my mom has been very supportive.
That's awesome.
And she's good to talk to.
Yeah.
In certain situations. I go to her a lot for some questions.
Yeah.
Still.
Oh, dude, I talk to my mom all the time. That's how the smoke break got started, bro. I'm just like, how do I do this? And let's just laugh about it because I don't know what I'm doing.
I like that, man. Shout out to her, man.
Absolutely.
I've honestly had just a sprinkle of real ones. My team, man, that's my real inspiration that helps me maintain and keep going.
Yeah, for sure. So who's kind of part of your team? Are you talking producers? Are you talking other rappers?
Yeah, so I got a couple people. I got a few people that not manage me, but they basically help me get things going. I got a couple engineers that I work with.
Yeah.
Pretty frequently, pretty regularly.
Yeah.
graphic designer team.
Yeah, those are super important.
People that help me network and put these shows together.
Shout out to Chantel Casper. She's my graphic designer. She came up with the logo for Off the Cuff. And
really?
Yeah, graphic designers are key. They're so important. Really? So important. So you said you had like a graphic designer, kind of like some producers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So when you're working with somebody, like, what do you think makes that like an easy process?
That's a really great question. I think what makes working with someone an easy process is actually when you get the opportunity to share your vision and your idea. Yeah. And when that collaboration happens, when that other person comes and brings their aspect to the table, it can be something really nice. And it can actually be a lot better than working by yourself sometimes.
Absolutely. No, I'm really glad you brought that up. Actually, so last week we didn't have an episode of The Smoke Break, so I went over to Malik's house.
Okay.
I wish he could have been here. He's the homie, but I went over to his place and he was messing around with a beat, and I was like, yo, that's dope. Like, this is dope already, but is it cool if I like throw some stuff over it?
Right.
And by the time it was done, we were literally like, we walked away with this song that we're like, bro, this doesn't sound like anything either of us ever would have made by ourselves. And it's like,
play a snippet.
Yeah, for real. I mean, it's pretty fire. It's honestly pretty fire. I'm like, yeah, this is. But I mean, I definitely get what you're saying, where it's like, working with other people helps you come up with those ideas. Is as far as like, some coming up with something that like you may not have come up with yourself.
Exactly. Sharing that. That's why I named my last project Perspectives, bro, because I think when you create things, everyone has a perspective, but they all share a similar vision.
Yo, I like that. I like that a lot. How many tracks are on that?
5 or 6.
Dude, beautiful. I'm actually like, I'm thinking about releasing another like 5-song EP because I'm just like, yo, this is like, yo, just put it. It doesn't have to be like 12 songs. Most of them people are going to skip through. And you put some of those on there just to fill space.
Right. That's why I'm focusing more on singles right now.
Yeah, honestly. No, that's dope. That's dope.
Tell my fans, tell me they want some more.
Yeah, exactly. You say you want an album, I'll get you an album. But until then, I'm making EPs. No, that's super dope. So like, as far as like, do you have any like memories that stand out from like somebody being supportive? Like you were in a moment that was really difficult and somebody showed up for you in a way you weren't expecting.
Bro, my grandpa's always been there to swoop in when I needed some ride or something. I don't know. That's a good question. I have a few people that just, have really believed in me and they've actually invested in me.
Yeah.
Whether that be financially or just with their knowledge.
Yeah, their knowledge, their time.
Help. So
yeah, for
I'm
sure.
blessed for that.
Yeah. So you think that like people kind of like sharing their knowledge is support as well.
Right. That's a big blessing.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of people try to hide that shit.
Dude, for real. Everybody's just over here with just like, oh man, well, I mean, if I tell you, then you'll also. It's like, yo, we can both share this.
Right.
Like,
we can all thrive.
Yeah. So do you feel like in I guess the music industry or maybe even other artistic endeavors that the lack of support kind of slows growth for certain artists?
I think what is wrong with a lot of the music scene in Portland right now is a lot of people think they're the best.
That's just rap.
Right, they think they're the best, man.
Every rapper's the best rapper.
They don't want to hear what the other guys got to say. So
yeah,
if we work together more, I think Portland could be something great.
Yeah, absolutely. I think something that's like always kind of been important to me, and I haven't been able to do it the last couple shows, so nobody jump into the comments and be like, that lying ass. But it's like when you go to a show, like stick around after your set, like there's nothing worse than like, because I've gone to like comedy shows, right? Like cats will be like, they'll be like, oh my God, they'll be on stage. Nobody's here. I got to perform for nobody. And then they'll leave right after their set. It's like, you're the reason nobody's here. You can't be like,
support your homies.
Dude, for real. Yeah, it's super important to
support
like stick
people
around. Absolutely. So you were telling me a little bit earlier that you were thinking about moving.
Yes, sir.
You're moving. What does that feel like not really having support with that? Like as far as like not going to family members or friends and just kind of like just toughing it?
Well, here's the thing, Zane. I'm going by myself, but I still got my team with me, even if they're in the state or not. And some of them are actually in the state. So I'm gonna be going even harder than I've been before.
For sure.
And be making bigger moves out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, you've got more time to focus, and
Feel me?
I think that's going to give you that space where it's like, and what do you do as far as work?
So I'm in the marketing field. I also do sales.
Okay.
So I've been doing that for a few years now, and I'm basically moving up to a different position. It's gonna set me up a lot better.
Well, I mean, dude, that's like the if you want to support an artist, give us money. Do you know how much all of this stuff costs? It's insane.
We run it up out here, man.
Dude, it's just wild. But no, I think that, as far as doing music and stuff like that is really a way to be supportive, because some of this music stuff, even the studio costs money.
Real.
Advertisements, posting, boosting, all that stuff costs money.
Ain't free.
For real. So what would be something that if somebody wanted to support you right now, what would they do? Would they go share a song? Would they hit the Venmo? What's something that they could do to show their support?
Just go run it up, hit the link in the bio, check out all my platforms, check out my videos.
Okay. Where can we find you at? Real quick.
I'm on Spotify, Apple, all major streaming platforms. YouTube is one of the best ones because you can see my visuals and share that experience that I was able to
work so
create.
hard to put together.
You feel me?
Yeah, and you do some video work as well.
I don't shoot, but I co-produce, I co-direct, I write scripts.
Yeah, that's huge.
I do a lot on the back end.
Yeah.
Of the camera, but
I mean, holding the camera is not the only job for a movie.
Right.
What's been your experience with kind of coming into that artistic field?
That's actually something I've always wanted to do, Zane. Being able to incorporate the video aspect behind my music is something that's great because I've always wanted to make movies, and this is the start of that.
Okay.
So I'm going to try to make my videos a lot more cinematic feel, and I want people, it goes back to the perspectives, what they see from it. I want them to be able to relate, and we can share similar vision out here, man.
Yeah, no, that's dope. Well, I'm kind of curious, as far as are you more of a visual person or more of an auditory person?
Visual, I think.
You think visual?
Yeah, I try to incorporate both as much as I can.
Yeah,
but
I believe it.
But I don't know. I think I like to be behind the camera. I mean, in front of the camera.
Yeah. You like to be in front of the camera and writing the script for the. Yeah, I feel you. No, I definitely kind of have that. Like that. Which one do I like more?
Right.
I'm definitely kind of torn because it's for me, it's definitely audio.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely audio just because, I cannot make a picture. I was trying to set up the camera earlier. Yo, y'all should have seen me. It was rough. It was staring at the ground. We weren't even in the shot. It was rough. But I'm not a very visual person. I can do sounds all day. I can do words. I can make beats.
Yeah. Well, even with your comedy, bro, it's all self-expression.
Yep. Yeah, well, exactly. And I think that's kind of the cool thing about multiple mediums. And I think it's cool why you do that is being able to express yourself differently through each medium.
You feel me?
Absolutely. So if we want to support you, we can follow your Instagram, run up numbers, that new music video.
Yeah, Going Ghost out now, run it up.
Okay.
Full video on YouTube.
We might show it later. We might not have prepared enough to show it later, but who knows? Stick around. It might be a surprise. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what you got going on. And I'm sorry you're moving, but I'm super glad to fucking have you on the episode.
I'll be back. And I appreciate Smoke Break. Appreciate what y'all do out here.
Hey,
Keep
we ain't
going.
done yet, but I'm just saying I appreciate you.
For real, man.
Awesome. We're going to take a real quick commercial break, and we will be right back with the Smoke Break. We're here every Sunday from 9 to 10 a.m. on Shady Pines Radio, as well as Pretty Dope Xperience Radio.
Go.
Patches, come here, boy. I love Patches, and that's why I love Patch Dog.
Hey, Dad, were you calling me?
No, I was calling the dog Patches.
Yes, Father?
Oh, not you, honey. Patch Dog makes custom iron-on embroidery patches. I can give them my design, and in a couple weeks, I've got custom patches. They can be of my daughter Patches, my son Patches Jr., or even my dog Patches.
Yes, dear.
No, that's Patches, my wife. I'm just making a commercial. And because Patch Dog loves you so much, use the code SPR10 for a 10% discount.
Yay.
And you know they've got that free domestic shipping. For more information, check out patch.dog and fall in love with patches like me.
Did you
Yes,
call me?
dear.
No, I'm making a commercial for Patch Dog. Patch Dog.
Hey, and we are back with the smoke break. We're here every Sunday from 9 to 10 a.m. on Shady Pines Radio. I'm your host, your old pal Zane, here with King Solomon.
How we doing?
Yo, thank you so much for being here. We are going to pull a question from the for the joke break. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's not, just like comedy. And this week's question is, all right, it's in yellow and it's written in white words. I cannot read it. So, draw a box, label it man, write down as many words that come to mind and go inside and outside the box. I don't have paper. We are not doing that question. If you could be remembered for one thing, it'd be this. There we go.
You know, if I could be remembered for one thing, Zane, it would really be the impact I had on other people, to inspire them to, do what they want.
Yeah. You want to be an inspiration.
Yeah.
I think that's
want to leave a legacy, my friend.
Yeah. How do you feel like you're approaching that, like, every day? Like, do you feel like you're leaving tracks so that way you can be remembered?
Honestly, I'm still learning every day. I make mistakes, but
for sure,
I think that process is something that people can resonate with as well, to grow for themselves.
Absolutely. No, I think that's really, I think that's almost more important of a way to kind of look at being an inspiration, is being a success regardless of your mistakes. Like, too many cats just show up and they're like, yo, I'm perfect and I've done everything perfect for forever. And it's just like, I can't resonate with that. I need to see somebody who struggled.
I know you fucked up before.
Yeah.
Made mistakes.
Absolutely. No, and it's being able to see that growth that people do afterwards. What
you do with that?
Absolutely. So as far as like being an inspiration, who kind of inspired you?
Who inspired me, especially as an artist, were artists growing up around me that did it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Did things that I was wanting to do.
Okay.
And I appreciate that a lot.
Yeah. Who inspired you as a rapper, for example?
Yeah. So shout out to Banshee from the Northwest, underground legend. Shout out to Third Eye Goonies.
Yeah.
Shout out to a few other people. Shout out to Bishop Brown.
Yeah, Bishop Brown's dope. Hell yeah.
Shout out to Soul. Shout out to a lot of people out here,
For
really
sure.
putting on out here.
Yeah. So you saw these cats and you're like, yo, that's something I want to do.
Yeah, I saw where I could take it, and I want to take it even further, man. I want to grow so much. I mean, this is only the beginning, man.
Yeah.
Just getting started.
Yeah. So when did you start taking like music seriously?
It's a great question. I used to be into poetry, and I used to do some written words. And it was really poetry that was supposed to make you feel a certain way.
Sure.
Or when you read it, it was something that's supposed to, you could resonate with.
Yeah.
Very well. People could relate to. And then I started making songs and using that type of lyricism out there.
Yeah.
With my writing.
And like that, you were able to put more energy behind it because there was music.
Right, and there was emotion behind it. It was real. There was feeling behind it. Everything I wrote, was something real or something I went through.
Yeah. No, I mean, I feel like that's definitely a good way to leave behind a legacy, is by being authentic like that.
Real.
Because people really connect with that realness, because, they can hear a song about just surface level stuff just about anywhere,
right.
But like the stuff that like really connects with you, you kind of got to search for.
Yeah, and if you're a facade, that people will see through that shit.
Yeah, hey, amen to that one. So like, as far as like you were talking about your inspiration for hip hop was kind of some of the local cats. What about like some of the other artists in the fields that you do? So like maybe like video.
Who inspires me?
Yeah,
that's a videographer.
Sure, like videographer, like director, a writer.
Shout out to Hefe Mix It in LA. Shout out to he's a engineer.
Okay, gotcha.
But he's sick with it, bro.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tap you in with him later.
Okay, yeah. Solid.
Shout out to Bosick Films. I like his vision, because his simplicity that he uses actually pops, because he makes certain things stand out very well. Shout out to Dylan. I respect his grind. I respect his work. Shout out to Who's the other cat out here?
Oh, it sounds like you have like a lot of like support and inspiration from local cats.
Right.
And I think that really kind of speaks to how inspiration works, is that like, you know, you usually think when you when you say, well, who's your inspiration? It's like, oh man, this person in Hollywood and da-da-da-da-da.
Right,
and it's just like, nah, man, you can be inspired by the cats that are around you. In fact, you should be. Like I always found that kind of, you know, it's especially inspiring with seeing people who maybe I just performed with on a stage getting that really cool thing.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? Where you're just like, yo, like I was just performing with them.
Right.
Like, that could be me. That's
you're up there, man.
Yeah, it's such a cool feeling. Let's see. So, if I could be remembered for one thing, I guess it'd probably be similarly so, you know, probably similarly. Like I just want to be remembered as somebody who made mistakes but grew past them, you know, like somebody who created, and was excited to create every day.
You're an influencer, bro. People see that.
I see, and that's something I never would have thought of myself as, but like I've found that like by being honest, you can really connect with people.
I think so.
And I think that it's something that kind of gets overlooked, and like some honesty can be cringy. You know what I mean? Like over honesty, you're just like, whoa, that's
brutal.
It can be brutal. It can be brutal. But like at the same time, like I feel like it's just as important to share the losses as it is to share the wins.
That's true.
You know, because people don't want to see you struggle. People don't want to see you suffer, but like I don't think they mind seeing you struggle if they see you grow, you know.
And then you celebrate the ones that did stick around through those losses to the wins.
Absolutely. No. And I think, yeah, it's the people that like are in your corner, you know, that you really have to be like, hey, this is like my day one. But yeah, I would say that, yeah, for me, it would definitely be just trying to be like an inspiration of some sort, right? Because I mean, life's too short, and for me, like, inspirations were the things that got me through those really tough times, right? You know what I mean?
Give you hope.
Oh, absolutely. Hope is super important. What role does hope play for you in your life?
You know, I try to stay hopeful every day when I wake up and think about how I can still have that impact on people. Yeah. Or make their day, you know. I try to think that I inspire people. Yeah. That I have that influence as well. So absolutely. I try to continue that and grow within my own life.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, and it's like you never really know who you inspire. That's like one of the weirdest things too, is because like I've had cats that like I've never seen, never talked to, just kind of reach out and be like, hey, dude, I think what you do is super fucking dope, and like keep doing it, and I really appreciate it. And I'm just like, dude, we never even talked. Like the fact that like you are like continuously watching like my stuff and just being supportive, but like you only reached out this one time. It's like it's such a crazy thing to be like, you never know who you're affecting.
That's good, man. And I've had people that, you know, didn't even want to be here anymore, and I like to think that I had a impact to help them push through.
Absolutely. No, especially
overcome.
And that kind of goes right back to hope, you know, is because like in those moments, those people didn't have hope, and that's something you provided.
I like to think so. I hope so.
Yeah. So. What do you think gives you hope when you're down?
You know, we're blessed, man. So I like to count my blessings when I'm down. I like to count my guap, and I like to just you know, think about those people around me, the real ones that I'm pushing for. Yeah. As well.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think that gratitude is something that's super important. It's something I guess like I don't check in enough with. I guess it's something that I'm guilty of, where it's just like I'm constantly wanting something to be better, and instead of being like, hey, things are better than before, I should be happy about this.
Right. I'm gotta appreciate what we got, man.
Absolutely. I
agree.
Yeah. Do you ever catch yourself like just so off to get the next thing that you forget to enjoy the last thing?
Yeah, and then I realize it when it's too late. Mm-hmm. Later on.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Is there anything like specifically that you think you've done that with?
Just taking too many blessings for granted, and then something I really appreciate in 2022 this year I learned was to step back and take my blessings in for what they are, and that's what I ask God to help me do.
Yeah, absolutely. When you say take a step back, you mean just kind of like just Kind of like stop for a second, look at everything you got, and not be in such a hurry to be somewhere.
Yeah, sometimes you got to slow down.
Yeah.
Or you're gonna get burnt out.
Yeah. Have you ever got like experienced burnout?
Multiple times.
Multiple times. What do you think makes you do it?
What do you think makes me burn out?
Yeah.
You know, not taking care of yourself is one of the biggest things, I think.
Yeah.
And mental health is very important. I think that's where it starts.
Oh, absolutely.
The root.
Yeah.
Just suppressing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Does
not remedy any of it. It does not at all. No, I definitely, I think that mental health kind of like, falls to the wayside because like we get these, especially as creatives, we're just like, I have to like be making stuff. I have to like, and you just get so wrapped up in this vision of what you're trying to create that you forget that you need time to like actually even visualize what the hell you're trying to, create.
That's real.
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely catch myself like trying not to burn out. I used to be real bad about it, but I've honestly like recently
found more of a balance.
Yeah, I've had to, man. That burnout is like it's
takes a toll.
Well, especially like when you want to leave a legacy, like your idea is that like I have to continually be contributing,
right?
In order,
which you do, but
you do
in a healthier way.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and it's like it's even making sure that you're contributing the best you can and the most you can,
right?
Because like if you're coming from a place of being exhausted, you're not, when you do show up, you're not giving your best. It's impossible to.
I agree, and it goes back to I think being there for yourself, being the best version of yourself, so you can produce the best. Quality over quantity.
Man. Yeah, absolutely. What do you think the best version of yourself looks like?
The best version of myself is, someone who's more accountable and consistent and doesn't procrastinate too much.
Yeah, procrastination, is that one that gets you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Do you catch yourself like wait until the last minute and then like you all of a sudden you're like, oh man, I got to do this, and it's almost like you get that rush of like, oh, I mean, I can knock this out real quick.
I got anxiety, Zane, so I got a lot of triggers for stuff.
Yeah. No, that's I was talking with somebody and we were just talking about like I have like just enough depression to not do something and just enough anxiety to like do it a bunch last minute. Yeah.
I feel that one.
No, for real. So yeah, leaving a legacy. Who's somebody who you think has left like a really powerful legacy? They can either still be here, they can have left.
It's a good question, man. Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, bro.
Yeah,
he was really putting on for his community.
Yeah, how do you think that he did that best?
Oh, he brought a new perspective to his side of town because he was actually doing stuff for his community, not only but. A man made his own store right there, little community store. And there's a lot that they did to help make it a better spot. And when I went there to visit, they were still trying to live in his legacy and make that happen. And I think he's actually opening up a new store.
Really?
In LA, yeah.
Yo, that's sick. That's really, what we can hope for is that like once we're gone, that like people continue in the same way as if we were here. Right.
And I think even though he's gone, he still gives people hope, which is important.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I think the influence that inspiration has had for me, it's made me want to be that to somebody else.
Right.
So, it's like I know how important that was for me in that moment. Like if I can give that back even just a fraction, like it would mean the world.
Right. That's good. And I hope that makes you want to be a better version of yourself too.
Yeah, absolutely. It absolutely does. All right.
Good.
Dope. All right. Well, we're going to do one more segment. We will be right back after this commercial break. You are listening to Smoke Break. We're here every Sunday from 9 to 10 a.m. on Shady Pines Radio, as well as Pretty Dope Xperience Radio.
Go.
We captured the taste and sound. Only here on Open Country. Sundays noon to 1 with your host Anti-Vandal. Folk music with Anti-Vandal. We captured the taste and sound.
this open country, noon to 1, Sundays, with your host, Auntie Vandal, here on Shady Pines Radio.
And we are back with the Smoke Break. We're here every Sunday from 9 to 10 a.m. on Shady Pines Radio, as well as Pretty Dope Xperience Radio. I'm your host, your old pal Zane, here with King Solomon.
What's the deal? What's the deal?
We made it. We made it all the way to the last section of the Smoke Break, my favorite part. This is where we ask the question, what are you excited for?
You know, I'm excited for what's to come in the future, the very near future.
Yeah, for sure. You got a lot of exciting stuff on the horizon. A move ahead of you, new job. Yeah.
Sir.
No, that's super dope. What are you, I guess, nervous about?
I'm anxious because I've never stayed out of state, but I know it's going to be and it's going to be a good experience for me. It's going to be an adventure.
Yeah, for sure. What are you looking forward to as far as food?
Food?
Food.
Bro, I went to a steakhouse out there. I've never been to a steakhouse, and that shit was busting.
Dude, yeah.
I'm gonna go back.
I bet out and that's in Arizona, right? Yeah. The South makes good food. They have a lot of racism, but they have food to balance it out. No, that's so you're a little bit nervous about the move. Do you think that you're going to be able to I guess square away your job first and then you're going to start doing rap? Are you going to kind of be doing it all at the same time? What's kind of your order of operations?
I'm going to continue to do music. I got my studio I'm going to set up as soon as I get down there.
Nice. In
the Airbnb. And then I'm also going to just wait till I become stable enough where I can continually produce quality content for everybody out there.
Yeah.
That's what I do it for is my fans, man.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's awesome. And yeah, I mean, you just dropped a music video, so that's
right.
I mean, that's pretty dope. I mean, you've been servicing the fans. I mean, they're not just sitting here waiting around being like, yo, when's he gonna drop something? Yeah, no, that's super dope. You're moving over there. What's your idea as far as coming back here? Are you gonna be back here maybe once a year? Maybe if you get some shows, what's?
I'm definitely gonna be going skiing. So I'm gonna be flying back every now and then to hit the slopes, and then hopefully, down the road when I finally become where I feel stable, more stable, I will come back and take over.
Yeah, there you go. No, that's dope. So you're going all the way to Arizona.
Yes, sir.
Let's see what else. Give me something.
So
I usually have two co-hosts and I can do this, but I'm literally.
So if you're from Arizona, tap in. We're gonna have a few shows out there here.
Okay,
soon.
you already got shows set up.
Yeah, we're getting some shit lined up. I don't know if you know Tyree. By any chance? He's from around here, but shout out to Tyree. He hooked me up with a studio down there. I know a few bands, a few artists out there, and I'm trying to get a video shot. So a new video will be out soon. I know I didn't say I was gonna drop a tape, but I got a few songs. If y'all want the tape,
tell me. Little bit of a sneak preview.
Yeah, I got a little EP ready if y'all want it.
Okay. What's the name of the EP gonna be?
I haven't came up with a good name yet.
Okay.
It might be called King versus King, but I don't know.
That's a pretty dope name.
We'll see. I just thought of that right now. We'll see what happens. Look
at that. Yeah, you heard it here first.
We'll see what happens.
No, that's super dope. Phil, did we manage to pull it off? All right, cool. So we are actually going to show this. Go ahead and tell us a little bit about this music video, and then we'll fire it off.
Going Ghost, out now on YouTube. This is a great piece of work, and I hope y'all enjoy it as much as I do. It's really about overcoming and the growth behind that, and it's something, a lot of pain, blood, sweat, and tears became something very beautiful. So I hope you can feel the same way.
All right, let's play it.
Let's go.
Thoughts of an artist, lately still. My mind in the carcass. Spirit the largest, I'ma get it regardless. Now I really gotta find my soul. Really where my mind is gone. Shady telling me my time is up. Gotta go, yeah, gotta get to work. Lot of patience. When they put my mama in the house. Lately her son rising on the road, grinding on the phone. In my mind, thank God I'm in my zone. I'm not a human being, I'm a Martian. They make clones out of me, but they ain't really hit the target. I gotta go get it, my mind is haunted. Lord knows God is watching while I walk through the darkness. Portland, Oregon to Washington State. 360, my mind's in a race. I smoke a couple blunts to the face. I'm just trying to go, yeah, get up out my way. Trying to get up out my way. Just trying to get up out my way. I've been going, yeah, see about a day. Just trying to find about a day. Yeah, I've been gone, really, I've been ghost now. Really where my mind, trying to find my soul, yeah. Just trying to find my soul, yeah. Yeah, I've been gone, really, I've been ghost now. Really where my mind, trying to find my soul, yeah. Trying to find my soul now. Trying to find my soul, yeah. Lately I've been ghost now. Trying to find my soul, yeah. They don't even know now. I've been going ghost, yeah. They don't want to smoke now. They don't even know now. Finna go and roll out. Seen a lot of fakes try and take the throne. Lately I've been gone, really, yeah. Young king finna find his own. Still I move through the trial and tribulation. On my highs and lows, but I swear they will never find me, bro. Still go ghost for a while so I can find my soul. Yeah. As I go through the trials and tribulations, the kid is patiently waiting for paycheck. Still while I move through the matrix, they hate him on the daily. We steady making deposits. They won't come for a profit, I'm just being honest. But they won't go talking regardless. Leave his body grounded in the carcass, then go turn up in the mosh pit. King Song.
Dope. That's fire as fuck.
Appreciate that, Zane.
That is what's up. That is
Love,
what's
man.
up. We can find that on YouTube?
Yeah. You can find that on YouTube. KXNG Going Ghost out now. Should
Okay.
pop up.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's
Hopefully we can leave a link in the description.
Yeah. No, I will do my best to remember that. We will we'll see what we can pull up. But yeah, that was super dope. Yeah, I'll definitely
Appreciate
post
that,
it in
man.
the Facebook. So yeah, that'll be in the comments of the Facebook video. So yeah, go ahead and check that out.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. So who did the visuals? Who did the video?
Yeah.
Who
so
shot it? Who kind of like came up with the script and the ideas?
I wrote the video. It originally had a lot more to it, but I like how it came out still.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bosick Films. Really helped make the vision become alive. So I'm appreciative of that.
Yeah.
I wrote each scene as well, but you know,
Really?
it still kind of just came out how it did.
Yeah. But I mean, like, even to like have like that initial idea of how you wanted it to look. Like, I remember when I first got my or I did my first video this year, you know, it was like shout out to fucking Jimbo.
Really?
But yeah, he threw my shit together, like made it, and I didn't even have a vision for it. I was just like, yo, this is the song. What do you think it looks like? You know, and put in like just one little tweak, but other than that, like everything, dude nailed it. And I was like, yo,
That's across the street.
yeah, shout out to Across the Street, dude. Jimbo just putting in the work.
I'm killing it.
But yeah, he's just so good. Such a great interviewer, great with the camera. Like,
That's dope, bro.
yeah, absolutely. Got to support like these multimedia artists, you know, like
Had to.
absolutely. So yeah, I'm excited for that video. Let's see, what am I excited for?
What do you got going on, man? Tell me something.
Let's see. What am I excited for? So I got some shows coming up this next month. I've been kind of December's been the month that I got a couple shows lined up. Yep. So I think I'm gonna make a post about that. So please come out to these December shows. These are like actually the dope ones.
I'm aware of one of them.
Yeah. I need to advertise the rest of them. And when are you leaving by? You're leaving by the end of this month, right? Not even gonna be able to see these shows. God damn. Yeah. All right. Well, that's what I'm not excited for.
By the 4th.
To the 4th?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Well, I might be able to make some work.
Maybe.
But yeah. No, I'm excited for some of these shows. Just excited to be performing more. I did like a set a couple weeks ago, and I kind of fucked that one up. I know. But it's like, it's the thing, and you probably understand this as being like an artist who's doing all these different avenues, is that like, in order to do everything, not all of them can be going good. You know what I mean?
Always come out your best, because you're putting too much energy into the rest.
Too many, absolutely, yeah. And I actually just got too high, so it wasn't even just. Got it. But I mean, it was a super dope show. But yeah, I'm super grateful for the opportunities that are coming forward. Got some shows in December. Other than that, I got a car, trying to figure that shit out. Thank you for the ride to the smoke break. I appreciate you.
Of course, anytime. Congratulations on the whip.
Yeah, I haven't got it yet, but congratulations on looking for one. Hopefully,
yeah.
Craig Doby, shout out to Craig Doby. Hopefully,
he hooked you up.
He's supposed to be. So we'll see when we get those rates back.
Okay,
we'll see when we get those rates back. But yeah, other than that, really not too much going on. You said you don't play video games.
I'm not really a gamer.
Not really a gamer. All right. How do you relax?
How do I relax? I try to lose myself in the music. And,
hey, that's what's up.
And I smoke a lot of weed and I'm a grinder, bro. I try to work. So
yeah,
when I'm not working, I'm still working.
Yeah, I feel that. I have so much goddamn respect for it, just because I know how it's, and the fact that you're just kind of aware of the burnout and just avoiding that, you know what I mean? Like, it's important to know to grind. It's also important to know when to rest,
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah, definitely. So I'm, Warzone 2 just came out.
How was it?
It's pretty dope. That shit came out when the pandemic happened. That's actually how I made my homies who I started the smoke break with. That's actually how we all made friends. So it's kind of like a circle back where you're like, oh shit, I remember this.
There's this game where my friend was playing it where you're on like an island, and it's kind of like you start with like a bow and arrow, and then you build up with like a gun.
Oh, you talking about Ark?
I think I don't know.
Like dinosaurs and shit.
I don't know if that's it, but it's like a first-person shooter type of game. I think you would like it.
Okay.
Figure out what the name was of it.
I might fuck around with that. Yeah. I'm trying to find new ways to relax. I've been stuck at my house this entire last week, which is kind of.
I was going to invite you over. You should come spit a verse since we're both in Vancouver. I got the home studio set up.
Oh shit. Yeah, I gotta. Actually, that's something I'm excited for. Malik and I made a fucking dope ass song.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, it's dope. Yeah, no, I'm super excited for that.
That's sick, bro.
I haven't been like into producing for like I used to do it like all the fucking time, and then I just took this huge break because I was like, maybe I'm not that good at it, and I'm trying to do all this other shit. But
Keep going, man.
Came back. Like me and Malik like threw together just like one of the dopest tracks, and I'm like, okay, you can do this.
Got this, bro. Keep going, bro.
Absolutely.
Don't limit yourself, man.
Yeah, I know. Like we were saying, we are our own worst enemies. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for that. I got a final mix on a new track, so I should have some new music hopefully coming out. Let's say 3 weeks. Let's say 3 weeks, because that's probably how long. Yeah, stay tuned for that. It's called Better Man. I made it with Mickey XO. It's gonna be super dope. So yeah. If you want a sneak preview of it, just hit the DMs and I'll send it out to you.
Okay.
But yeah, other than that, that's our hour. I mean, we
appreciate it.
We
man.
knocked it out. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us. It was a treat talking
for everyone tapping in. I appreciate everyone listening. I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah,
appreciate this whole team. Smoke Break.
Yeah. Thank you, Philip, who is running Halo Space, aka Bang Studio Lab. Go look that up on Instagram. Go find it. Go follow it. Come here and record your podcast. Look, we got different backgrounds. All right, we're upgrading. Yeah, dude, super dope working with you. You want to shout out those socials real quick so that way we know where to find you?
Yeah, go stream KXNG King Solomon on all major platforms. Link in the bio. Find me on Instagram. I'll be going live a lot. I like to talk to my fans. I like to talk to my people. Also, YouTube, KXNG Going Ghost out now. King Solomon Going Ghost. Run it up. You're in for a treat if you watch that video.
Perfect. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time for the smoke break.
Appreciate it. All tapping in.